Hey guys, what's going on? It's Matt.
Gus.
We're from Two Bogans. Little new video for you guys. This is a sweet looking engine from Gus's old Hilux. My new Hilux. Ooh.
Things are changing.
Yeah, things are changing. So essentially, I got rid of the 4Runner and I've taken on the Hilux as a project. So this is pretty fresh. Come back from the machine shop. They've given 4 new pistons. Actually, did we give lots of information about what went wrong with it?
We think the valve seat failed and fell into the piston, basically.
Yeah, so something fell into this piston and got munched up, ruined the head. So they've machined that, put new pistons in, and back here behind Gus, man. I'll get it taken there. Brand new head. So that'll be sick. So basically, I'm going to take you on the journey of putting a car back together and driving it hopefully soon. Sick. Alright guys, it's a new day. And didn't get much record of this last night, but we did put the head on. I wish I could say that was super easy, and it's actually pretty straightforward. Just pretty nerve-wracking. So essentially it's just cleaning up all the surfaces in between the two, putting the gasket on, putting the head on, and then on this engine you've got 18 bolts that you're just doing up sequentially. So we did the 39 Newton meters and then 90 degrees, and then 90 degrees again. That should be sweet. So big job 1 done. Next I'm going to see if I can whack on the oil cooler and just start ticking some stuff off some boxes. So it sounds good. Awesome. So next up, putting the oil cooler back on. So what I've done is I've taken out the actual cooling part, and there's 2 gaskets in there you need to replace. Gave it a good wash. And then this goes back on here. Gasket's fitted up there. And that just gets plonked on. We just do it with the bolts, and that's all good to go. Alright, back on. Nuts are in. They all go up to 13 Newton meters on this engine, so we'll crack them up in just kind of a zigzaggy in from out kind of order. Nothing too specific there, so we'll just do that. Alright, the next thing you've done is just smash some sensors back in. So you got your coolant sensor here, that's up to 25 Newton meters, and then you got your crankshaft position sensor here, and it's just got a little bolt that's only up to 5 Newton meters, but those 2 are in. On to the next thing. Good morning guys, it's a new day. This is my friend Felix.
Aloha.
And we are just about to put the sump on, getting ready for that. So there's a pickup part, and we'll get the oil jets in, and then clean up the sump and whack that bad boy on here. 6, so the cool bit now. Just about to put on the timing gear cover with the oil pump in it. So put a new gasket in there, a couple of O-rings, go in the engine block. And then we put some gasket maker just in these beads here, all the way around. And then we smash it on, leave it for 20 minutes, half an hour. I think the packet says an hour or so, somewhere around there. And then you tighten it down fully, and it cures over 24 hours. So we'll put that in there and we'll get done. Alright, got the timing gear case back on, and we're just in the process of slowly tightening up the bolts to get that gasket all good. But yeah, job done. Alright, update. Gus is back in the shed.
Woo!
Loving it. So since we saw you last, fully torqued the oil pump case on. Timing gears are now all set, except the injector pump, which you have to wait for that to come back anyway. And then we were just working on the thermostat housing, except you'll notice there's a cheeky little bit of screw and bolt that's not supposed to be there. So had the first snap of the rebuild, sadly, but let's keep going, push on. Alright, so we did get that broken bolt out of there, so we're going to find another one to replace that. But in the meantime, we're taking apart the main gaskets in the turbo, and I'm going to replace those, clean it up, so then at least it's ready to go back on looking shiny. How's that feel, Gus?
It feels good, but dirty.
But dirty. All these nuts are done up real bad. So Working hard on them. Good morning guys, another day. We have just sorted out the thermostat housing. Got some new bolts back in there. That's looking good. And now we've got this cheeky bit. This holds the rear main seal. And actually the machine shop didn't give me back this by accident. And that goes on the back there. And that's the last thing we need to put the sump on. Then we're all sweet. So it's working well, going alright. So yeah, we only had 4 of the 5 bolts for that cover, so I borrowed one from somewhere else and we'll sort that out later. But otherwise, sweet as. It's down there. Alright, next job done. The water pump housing and the water pump are now on and torqued down to 13 Newton meters. A couple of weird belt configurations here, but all worked out. So that's another item off the list. Take those wins. Water pump done. Water pump done. Nice, next job, pretty simple one, is a camshaft cover. Just a little bit of gasket sealer in the back here in that groove. Slap that on, wait for it to cure, and we'll tighten up the rest of the bolts. Should be pretty easy. Sweet, well here we are. Here's a sump. Got a gasket maker all in there. Finally got this torqued down. So a nice seal plate. Now I'll clean this up. Just gonna pop it on, torque it down. I'm good to go, so feeling good. Sump's almost on. Alright, sump is on. Some gas is squeezing out. We're gonna wait for that to harden a little bit and come back later on and tighten them down. Sound good. Alright guys, another day yet again. So the sump is just about to be torqued down, 16 Newton meters each, and that's kind of a good step towards moving on. And we'll hopefully get some more stuff done today as well. So, gone well. Got the boys. Bit of a spectator sport. Anyway, we got new studs going into the turbo oil inlet pipe because the old ones were shagged. Looking sweet. Then hopefully we can get the exhaust manifold on today. And that's good progress. Here you guys on the exhaust manifold and turbo. We did have to put this little cooling pipe on first, but it should just slot in. And then we'll torque these down to something ridiculous and be nervous about it. Then job done. Well, here we are. Turbo's on, exhaust manifold and heat covers on. Big things off the list. Oh, behind Griggy here, sorry. Tick and tick. 2 more things done. Woohoo. A little bit of progress since you last saw it. Kind of been tinkering away, putting stuff back on, like the alternator and some stuff. And then this side's pretty much all done. And then when we get to it, then this side just needs the injector pump. You can take your manifold and a pipe that goes over there. And then it's pretty well sweet to pop back in the car once we get a seal and stuff on the back here. And so overall, a good day, very successful, and looking forward to getting the rest of it done. So see you there.
Alright, it's all hands on deck now except for me. I'm slacking off. Engine's in the hole, we're just having a little bit of trouble aligning the gearbox. So boys are under there with pry bars, just trying to get to that last little 5mm. And yep, as we keep saying,
Whatever you just did before kind of worked.
if you're not doing it at night, you're not doing it right. Don't do that, kids.
Choof. Alright, great news guys. Injector pump's back on. Injectors are in, except the lines. The return line is in, coming down the injector pump. Funny story actually. I dropped something in this injector hole, so that was a big old scare. To fix that though, I had a mate suggest you just turn the engine upside down while it's on the stand, and kind of shook it around a bit, put some stuff, like a bit of wire in there until it came out. So then I could get the washer out and put it all back in properly. So aside from that little, I call it a big scare. Alright, it's dark. And we must be doing it right because, check this out. We know we've lost a couple parts in translation we didn't quite record them, but this thing does turn nice and smooth. Everything lines up. And that is a good sign. So woohoo.
All right, it's raining, it's wet,
Pouring.
the lights are on, and the motor's going in, and we're currently trying to get the spigot bearing out, and we're just packing it with soggy bread, just like the manual says.
Engine's not the only thing that's going in. Sure.
Yeah, so you'll find that on in section 2D25 of your manual, if you're looking for it. Have a read.
Oh, dude. That's so stupid.
So yeah, we're just packing the bread in, and it's pushing the bearing out. You'll find that in any Gregory Haynes manual.
It's in the grid manual.
Might have to edit that out. I'm not sure he wants his name associated with anything to do with this car. Hey! There she goes.
Yeah, you can deal with the soggy bread.
You.
We're looking all good. Good morning, guys. Another beautiful day. Up bright and early to try and get some work done. Here's a bit of cheekiness, which is why I'm up so early. This is what a brand new repaired, well, not brand new, I guess repaired injector pump looks like. And these shiny little injectors. I didn't think I'd be laying my eyes on something this lucrative before. But these are gonna slot in here and up here. So we're gonna see how much work I can get done this morning before I have to go to work. But otherwise, feeling good about it.
Alright, it's next morning. We're up pretty late last night. I've just been tidying up tools so we know where things are for next week, but yeah, the engine's in. Still some plumbing up to do. Lots of little things, but we got it done last night.
Alright, we've been on a mission without you guys, but here we are. Pretty much all back together. There's a few loose cables still for other little bits and bobs, but oil's in, coolant's in, power steering fluid's in. We're really just getting ready to crank it over, so dead battery, but maybe we'll just get some oil running around with that fuel, then try some fuel and see if she starts. Wouldn't that be epic?
Oh, it'd be nice. Alright, this is genuine attempt one.